This is Tom Fox. I live in the Texas Hill Country. On Friday, July 4th, Kirk County saw the worst flooding it has ever seen. At this point, as I'm recording this podcast, nearly 70 people have been found dead, and there are many, many more people still missing. I'm going to ask you to please consider a donation to the Hill Country Flood Relief Fund. I've listed it in the show notes. I know it's a little bit unusual to make this request, but I can't tell you the tragedy that has unfolded in my home county over the 4th of July weekend. Thank you for your consideration. And now, on to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News for July 11, 2025, the Don't Alter Documents edition. And we begin with that story from the Securities and Exchange Commission administrative order, where a former chief compliance officer of a previously registered investment advisor has agreed to pay $40,000 and face a 3-year industry ban to resolve claims she altered about 470 documents before she handed them over to the SEC as a part of examination for her firm. The former CCO, Suzanne Ballack, consented to the entry of the order, and the investment advisor that Ballack worked at during the time is not identified in the filings. This is just, well, not beyond belief, because you can have corrupt CEOs, but it certainly lends itself to the current SEC formula for charging CCOs, as in when they are engaged in the illegal actions. Next up, from Law 360, the SEC has awarded more than $7 million to 5 whistleblowers. The commission approved these awards Wednesday, and 3 redacted orders indicated they had voluntarily provided original information that led to the enforcement actions. The SEC adopted the claims review staff's recommendations that it grant the awards, including $5.4 million to 2 joint whistleblowers who provided information that helped the agency decide to investigate an unidentified company. The pair also provided key documents to form the basis of the commission's finding in the covered action and were instrumental in assisting the staff in obtaining additional relevant documents from the company. A second order awarded $1.3 million to a claimant, and a third order awarded more than $400,000 to a pair of whistleblowers. So the whistleblowers waited 20 and 23 months for the monies to be awarded, and the SEC itself said that the delay was unreasonable. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, Meta has sued the $8 billion claim by shareholders that the company had violated the data privacy of its users in its release of data to Cambridge Analytica and others. It was at the start, it's the second day of a massive trial, and the directors themselves who were being sued were on the witness stand. It's going to be the second day, and apparently the directors had had enough after the first day. The shareholders also sued directors who were responsible for approving a $5 billion fine paid by Meta to shield Mark Zuckerberg. So the sordid story of Meta and its illegal sharing of data is moving towards some type of an end. And finally, China detains a Wells Fargo banker in China. So the bottom line is, don't go to China. Bad things are going to happen right now. Over the July 4th weekend, we had perhaps the worst tragedy to ever hit my home county in its history over this weekend. And myself and my family are fine, but multiple others who lost loved ones, lost family members, are obviously not fine. So if you can find your way to help with any donation, I would greatly appreciate it. This is Tom Fox. Thank you very much. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.